one I've got is, I've got, of the ones I'm sharing, this one is not just one firm. I'm going to try to think of one firm and share what they did. But this one behind me represents what I see a lot of really good firms do, way right on the bell curve, and that is the fastest, fastest way to drive profits is improve the payments from clients. From the work you're already doing, improve how they pay you and what they pay you. Is the fastest way to drive profits. And when firms realize that, they get really serious about that. And so I put a few bullet points, because I'm still in my comfort zone, a few bullet points about what they've done. And I had an email I shared on Wednesday and something I was doing just, I guess in this section of the room on a high-performance firm. I read an email from one of the managing partners that shared in 1 year the results they had. And I won't go through and read that email, but simply say that their net income per partner went up $200,000 in 1 year. And their focus was, let's improve payments from clients. And the first thing they did was recognize that everybody in the firm that was a partner, and probably those that were managers or senior managers, had to recognize themselves as a steward, and a steward guards scarce resources. A steward never can use resources, which by the way includes your own time, can never use resources in a poor ROI method. A steward will not do that. So a steward recognizes that when I use resources, because at the end of the day we make our money because we sell skill, talent, knowledge, experience. That's how we make our money. We don't sell products, we sell knowledge. We can't use knowledge that we expended a lot of effort to develop without expecting to get paid for that knowledge. That's what a steward does. So the firms went through, sat all the partners down, talked to them very openly about the need to be a steward and the managers. You cannot be a manager or a partner in this firm and not be a steward over resources. And every firm, regardless of size, has scarce resources. And then second of all, what they did is they really did some serious training how to have difficult discussions. Or, I shouldn't say they're difficult, but they have been, and that's why they haven't been had, with prospects or clients, so that every single partner and every single manager, and this took a lot of practice, could get way more comfortable with having a discussion about, you need to pay us for the service we're going to give you. Because so many, it's just bizarre how we start so many relationships by hoping that we'll get the work, and we don't want to say anything to screw it up. So we get the work, and then the first time we bill them, they treat it as an invitation to debate something, and from then on, we never want to put all our time into it, never really want to bill them because we don't like the conflict. Then we get this lousy relationship for life that's way off in terms of more than a few degrees, because they don't want to pay for what we do. It starts by everybody who ever engages a client really gets comfortable with the way they want to say, we're going to give you great service and we have all the expectation in the world, you're going to pay it in full and timely. Do you have any concerns about that we need to talk about right now before we start to do the work, so that you can get to that point where Mike was talking about earlier, the best firms get paid for what they do and they're confident in billing for what they do. And so this, a lot of the, it's not just one firm, I'm thinking of several that have done a great job in that area. Modifying engagement letters to schedule payments. If it's a $60,000 engagement, on this date you will write us a check for $20,000. On this date you will write us a check for $20,000. And getting way more specific when you're going to pay us and how you're going to pay us so we get our $60,000 for this engagement. And then the fourth thing was really getting retainers. It's the concept of getting paid up front, but the key with retainers is number one, you get a pretty significant amount. I mean, I'm thinking of 25% or 20% to 40% up front as a retainer, but you hold that retainer and apply it against the last payment on the job, not the first. Because if you apply it against the first, you will only have a retainer. So if I'm doing a $60,000 job and I get a $20,000 retainer, then all I've really got to do to protect the firm is to make sure that WIP and AR never get close to $20,000. We're okay. It can't be a hostage. And so I'm just trying to give you some thoughts that the fastest way to improve bottom line profitability is to improve significantly what the clients are paying you for what you're already doing. And I'm watching some firms really embrace that with huge results. One firm that comes to mind right now had every partner set one stretch goal to improve in this area. Besides what else they might do, every partner set one significant stretch goal to improve what we're being paid by clients. And that alone had a huge impact on that firm in 1 year. So that's the thought or idea we give you, Mike.